Hey, what's up everybody? This is Razor, the first video for this YouTube channel, Razor's Edge. I am starting this video so I can have an open dialogue with pretty much anybody about any issue. My first video is going to give you a pretty good in-depth look of the things that I would like to talk about, but I would really talk about anything in the comment section. Just comment and I'll respond. Pretty much anything. But the first thing we're going to talk about is the term SJW, social justice warrior, which is pretty much a derogatory term that people on the right, far right, alt-right, even some moderate leftists use to describe certain segments of the population that protest and try to fight for social justice, right? I've actually been called this quite a few times, and every time I'm called it, it's really hard for me to look at it like a derogatory term whenever I look at the words within the definition. I mean, you have social, like society, right? The daily interactions of society. That's what social means, okay? Social. And then you have justice, which is literally the philosophical fairness of people. That's exactly what it is. And then you have warrior, somebody that fights. So you put that together, you have somebody that fights for the fairness of society. How can that possibly be a bad thing? Especially considering the people that would be considered social justice warriors for their time, like a Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was very unliked. Let's get this clear. He was very unliked. You can go to news articles and everything and see America as a whole was not a big fan of him. There were so many criticisms on how he did things, and what he was fighting for. I mean, it's documented. You can watch videos on it and everything. But other people like Harriet Tubman, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi. And this is another interesting one, because a lot of people from the right are the ones that use this term so blatantly. But Jesus Christ. I mean, if you truly believe he existed, he literally has instructions on how to treat the poor, the sick, orphans, how to treat them properly and treat them fairly. Like, he speaks more about that than any other thing, which would make me think that that's what's the most important. But I might be wrong. I mean, I'm sure somebody's gonna have a response, which I'll reply to any response. Like I said, I'm here to open up a dialogue. But if you're gonna lump me in a group with all those guys, I'm in. I'm a social justice warrior. I'll take that every single time you call me that, because those are some of the great people in the history of the world. And I'll take it as a compliment every single time. And I'm going to lightly go over some of the criticisms that I've read in the comment sections of some far-right publications or Facebook pages and things of that nature. I'm not going to get too in-depth with it because I figure that people will end up commenting on the video, and I'd get in much more depth detail in direct response to what somebody wants to hear me talk about. Like I said, I have no problems talking about anything at all. I'm not going to name call or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just here to open up dialogue and talk. But some of the criticisms are with regard to like protesting, which I truly don't understand that either, because our country is founded on protesting. Some of the greatest things that have ever happened in America in particular have been done through protest. I mean, the civil rights movement, ending slavery, the workers' movement, the women's rights movements. Like, you get things done through protest. That is how our country works. And a lot of times, protest is not popular. Most of the time, protest is not popular. But it still gets things done. And I understand that a lot of people feel uncomfortable with protest and the way that people are protesting. But you have to feel more uncomfortable with the injustices that are being done. You have to look more at that than looking at the protest in general. I mean, that's the goal of protest, is to get you to see the problem and not necessarily look at the protest. Like, we're trying to get you to pay attention. That's pretty much what it is. But I will go more in depth if you guys want to talk about that. Another thing I see is that they're protecting segments of society, like particular segments, like maybe like Black Lives Matter, or Islam, or feminism, the feminist movement, which that too, I truly don't understand how you can be against somebody fighting for the equality of people, which is all these organizations are doing. Black Lives Matter has never one time said that white lives don't matter. Black Lives Matter, the movement, and everybody that leads the movement, I know these people, I've talked to these people literally in person. If you want to go to a protest with me, and you could talk to me in person, I have no problem with that. They will tell you that this movement is about the injustices that have been done to black people throughout American history, and the problems that have led to a lot of problems in African American communities. And I understand that most people that are going to get in my comment sections and be very, very cranky and all that stuff are going to be white, and they probably don't understand it. I understand that. Like I said, I'm not here to disrespect anybody. I'm here to open up dialogue and to talk. And I understand that, I mean, you know, you're probably going to your home in the boondocks, and you probably just talk to your friends and your family, and you don't have much dialogue with people outside of your culture, which that is okay. That's why I'm making this page, is to open up dialogue so you can talk to everybody. Because, I mean, whenever you get stuck into those identity politics, and you look at it like, well, I'm white, everybody around me white, I'm going to look out for everybody that's white. That's how it is. I understand. That's human nature. But that doesn't mean that everybody else doesn't matter. We're all in this together. Or I'm a Christian, so I'm not going to look at the problems within Christianity, but I'm damn sure going to look at the problems within Islam, or look at the problems with Muslims. But do you really have day-to-day interaction with Muslims? Because I have friends that are Muslim. I talk to them all the time. I'll talk to them about these issues. I'll talk to them about what's going on in the Middle East and get their opinions on it. And maybe you should too. Maybe you'll get a different perspective of these type of things. And that's what this page is for. I mean, I would much rather you go out in public and actually talk to people. That would be amazingly great. But until then, I'm here. Like I said, I'm just comment. I will respond. I will let you know how I feel about certain situations, and I will respond to how you feel about certain situations. And if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. More so, if you did not like this video, that's who I really want to subscribe to my channel, is the people that did not like this video. The people that really want me to get in depth on some of these things that I've covered in this video, or other things that you want to know about, like an actual open dialogue instead of all this assuming. Because trust me, when I go through these comment sections, I see a lot of assuming, and fucking, excuse my French, but 90% of it's just like off the wall. Like, really? You really think that about us? Like, get out of your house, you know, come out and talk to us, or right here on the internet. I'm coming right to you. Talk to me. Thanks a lot, and if you want to hear more, just subscribe, comment. I'm here to talk to you. Razor out. Cutting.